Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Governor Andy Beshear's inauguration is less than a week away. And Community Action Agency officials are doing their best to help provide heat for families as the temperatures get cooler.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on December 6th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, I know the rain is coming down here at the WYMT studios. What's it looking like over there in Whitesburg?
I've actually been watching that here on my pinpoint Doppler radar. It's a pretty good pocket of rain, but over here at the house, I just peeked out the back door just a few minutes ago. Haven't seen any snowflakes yet, but over this way is where we're probably going to see it if we see it today. So just be careful out there this morning as you head out the door. Now, live pinpoint Doppler radar, let's take you on a bit of a tour. We take you first into the hazard area there where they're seeing a little bit of pretty heavy rain out there toward southern Breathitt County, over toward northern Perry County, over toward Leslie County, over toward the Hyden area. So just be careful if you're traveling in any of those roads this morning. Now we come to the south, and these are the areas where we could see those snowflakes and some light accumulations on those grassy areas. Now here's the thing: we never said this was going to be a major event. Everybody kind of panicked a little bit there, went to the grocery stores. But again, this is just a kind of a first snow of the season. Heavy rain falling outside the WYMT studios. Pine Mountain camera, we're keeping an eye on those two high elevation cameras. Jenkins and Pine Mountain, not showing a whole lot there. Just a lot of wet roads this morning and some patchy fog. Now areas like Wise and Clintwood and anybody else here, nope, that's basically it. And probably Cumberland right there on the cusp, and maybe Whitesburg seeing those 35, 36, 32 degree temperatures, but everybody else is still well above freezing in the sector of rain at this point. But those northwest winds are cranking this morning, so we're going to keep an eye on that. It's going to keep us cool today. Current feels like temperatures 25 right now in Wise and some low 30s across parts of the region. Out the door forecast, you could see a little bit of winter mix, you could see a little bit of cold rain, you could see a little bit of snow this morning, but otherwise it's going to be a cold day as those northwest winds keep us in the upper 30s for daytime highs. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. Governor Andy Beshear will officially begin his second term in office next week. Inauguration Day is less than 1 week away. And with just 7 days left, the governor is reflecting on the past and looking ahead to the next 4 years. Grayson Passmore has more from the governor.
We're a week away from the 62nd gubernatorial inauguration day, where Governor Andy Beshear will be sworn in for his second term. But Beshear is already looking much farther ahead.
Well, our theme is forward together, not to the right, not to the left, but forward and all of us together.
Beshear sat down with WKYT's Bill Bryant during Kentucky Newsmakers. He said to really understand the inauguration's theme, forward together, you first have to look back at the past 4 years and how the people of the Commonwealth overcame adversity after adversity.
You're going to see the parade is going to have every county impacted by the flooding or by the tornadoes, going to have our emergency management, our National Guard, going to have representatives from Blue Oval and some of our other major economic wins. It's certainly going to tell a story of a really unique period of time that we've lived through, from tragedy to triumph.
All while looking ahead to the next 4 years to come.
And how we can and should get there together. And I think we will. Listen, I watched my dad do this, and I'm still grateful to have his advice. His second term, the temperature was a lot further down than the first. You know, everything some legislative leaders say about me, they said about him in the first term.
Andy says he's feeling optimistic about the future.
So I'm willing to meet with anyone. I look forward to talking with everyone.
Especially as he looks ahead to passing bills that could include pay raises for teachers, universal pre-K, or early crime intervention and reentry programs that he promised throughout his campaign. In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Inauguration Day is Tuesday, December 12th. We now know when family and friends will say their final goodbyes to legendary coach Billy Hicks. The funeral for the Harlan County native will be Sunday, December 10th at 1 p.m. It will be in the Scott County High School gym. Hicks died Sunday night. He's the winningest high school basketball coach in Kentucky history. He coached at Everts, Harlan, and Corbin before spending 25 years at Scott County. He was 71 years old. A Leslie County man was arrested on charges related to a child sexual abuse material investigation. 38-year-old Michael Joseph Lewis was found, interviewed, and arrested following the undercover Internet Crimes Against Children investigation. Police began the investigation after they found Lewis shared sexually explicit pictures of juveniles online. Lewis was charged with 5 counts of matter portraying a minor more than the age of 12 in a sexual performance, and 5 counts of matter portraying a minor less than the age of 12 in a sexual performance. He was taken to the Leslie County Jail. As we get closer to winter temperatures, paying your heat for your home is difficult for many in our community. And Community Action Agency officials are reminding Kentuckians once again that they are here to help if your house needs heat. They are providing the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, also known as LIHEAP. The program takes state funding and distributes it to different counties to help take pressure off of those who can't pay their heating bills by paying it for them.
And we provide help very quickly because we're talking about January, it's much cooler, and we just don't want anyone to be faced with what are we going to do.
If a person meets LIHEAP eligibility, officials either contact their energy source or provide a voucher to cover their heating bills. The first phase of a coast-to-coast EV charging network will be along I-75 in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Georgia. The Pilot Company and General Motors announced yesterday that charging stations will be available by the end of the year at Pilot and Flying J locations in Georgetown and Williamsburg in Kentucky. Pilot says the stations will be well lit, covered by canopies, and monitored by staff at all times. The WYMT Food City Mountain Classic Scholarship Award ceremony took place yesterday afternoon, celebrating the minds of the mountains. Scholarship recipients gathered at the Mountain Arts Center for the annual awards luncheon, enjoying a meal before being recognized on stage. Those involved say the event is only possible because of the donors and sponsors, which students say is a good reminder that their communities are full of people who want them to overcome every obstacle.
Because without them, this isn't possible, and again, it ruins the morale and the spirit of everybody, and it makes you not feel like anything's worth doing. And it's like, if you have someone that's able to support you, you know that what you're working for isn't for nothing.
The event celebrated 124 scholarships, and 2 more will be awarded on championship night, recognizing the second largest number of awardees since the committee's inception. Education leaders are trying to spread the word about changes to student financial aid. Applications open later this month for the new FAFSA form. The form is one of the main ways future college students can apply for financial help. Kentucky's Council on Post-Secondary Education says the new form is simpler. Eligibility for Pell Grants, which students do not have to pay back, has also changed. The form opens December 31st. Families can learn more at studentaid.gov. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, we take a look at the Forbes list of the most powerful women in the world.
Rain, snow, and wintry mix this morning, but otherwise it's going to be clearing skies by later today and tonight. The latest forecast coming up in just a few minutes.